Well, there isn't much to decode. Rahulnomics isn't economics, whatever else it might be. Uh, the Indian economy has been the fastest growing G20 economy for 8 of the last 11 years. And those are the only 8 in the last 77 years, during which India has been the largest, has been the fastest growing economy among the G20. So, uh, during the years that Rahul Gandhi's family ruled India, India's per capita income was declining relative to the rest of the world. Just listen to that. The average income of an Indian was declining relative to the average income of every human on earth. That is a remarkably bad outcome for India to have had. If you want a dead economy, it is the Nehruvian Indira economy and the Rajiv economy. That was a genuinely dead economy. If you want an economy that is vibrant, this is that economy. The economy of India today, under the Modi government, is in fact the envy of the world. It may not be the envy of Donald Trump right now, but the simple fact is that the Indian economy is the fastest growing economy in the world. You can see this in the IMF's latest forecasts. They are very modest forecasts, but in fact, the economy of India has grown at an average annual pace of 8.2% in real terms every year for the past 4 years. Uh, and it has achieved that with a current account deficit of less than 1% of GDP. India has the lowest inflation now that it has had in about 15 years. And in fact, the only time that the current account position has been better than this is during the last 3 years of the Vajpayee prime ministership. So when the NDA rules India, India achieves much better macroeconomic outcomes. To call that a dead economy is fatuous in the extreme. Had India agreed to a trade deal with the United States, I think India would have benefited even more. I think real GDP this year is going to still grow close to 8%, because we've got a domestic stimulus coming through in two forms. One is interest rates have come down sharply, and they've been enabled to come down by the sharp decline in inflation. Second is, of course, that in this year's budget, you saw a big cut in income tax rates, which has already provided a big boost to urban consumption. Rural consumption, too, is strengthening because agricultural output has been very strong and farm incomes are strong. So we're going to see a strong domestic demand driven economy continuing to grow about 8% this year, much faster than the government's rather conservative 6.5% estimate. And that, I think, is going to again remain the envy of the world. Now, I believe that India's agriculture sector is very globally competitive. And so India should not worry about having a trade deal with any country that includes agricultural products. If you think about rice, India is the world's largest exporter of rice. It is a highly competitive exporter of wheat. Dairy products, Indian dairy products are very good. I've had dairy products from around the world. Indian dairy products are less expensive and better quality than almost anybody in the world. So perhaps with the exception of New Zealand, we should have no qualms about including agriculture and dairy in a trade agreement with any country, and certainly not with the United States. Of course, the United States farmer is very subsidized. Uh, and that gives the United States farmers certain advantages in areas like oranges, cotton, and a few other things. But India is very competitive in pretty much every agriculture sector. And I think opening up the agriculture sector to international trade is potentially a very positive thing that India can do. But of course, there are some political constraints. People are fearful of the consequences for small farmers, etc. I do not think there's anything to fear, but that is a political decision to be made.